I know that I've delayed this for a while, and I've gotten so many comments asking for when we're gonna see the left foot. I'm here to tell you today, you're about to see the left foot right now. This is for 50,000 subscribers. The moment you've all been waiting for. Why does my chair turning? I need to... You earned this moment for subscribing to the channel. Ah! It's not coming off. Ah! There it is. Size 11, pristine, clean, mean-looking foot. Are you happy now? We hit 50,000 subscribers, and that's nuts. I promised you guys a while back that I would do a left foot reveal in celebration for 50K. I also promised I was gonna dye my hair, which I did, and I promised you guys a Q&A, which is what this video is. So, I'm sorry I'm a little late on it. I've been moving in the process of getting my office set up, but I want to say firstly a big thank you to you guys. This community is really awesome. What we've cultivated in just 3 years, it's crazy to think about for me. I've worked really hard to get to this point, and I know that we're really in the beginning stages of what my channel is going to be long term, but thank you so much for 50,000 subscribers. We're actually almost closer to 60,000 at this point. The video is so late, but regardless, the point still stands. I'm very thankful for you guys. So yeah, you got your left foot. Now it's time to answer some questions. I don't know how many I'm going to include in this video. If your question didn't make it in and you still want to ask me it, I do stream every single day of the week over on Twitch, like I said. So come ask your question again and I'll answer you live. First question coming from Kat Thier. Who was your biggest inspiration when you started your YouTube channel? I think my biggest inspiration at the time, if we're talking about YouTube content creators, I've always been a humongous fan of Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. Those are two creators I watched for years, even before starting my channel. But when I got into YouTube, I did a lot of Let's Plays, and they were basically knockoff Markiplier videos. I mean, if you look at our thumbnails, they're basically the same. But when I first got into YouTube, I did a lot of Let's Play videos like they did at the time. Dripsy asks, how do you motivate yourself to keep going with YouTube and being on the grind every day? This is a good question. I think it's a facade, really. No, YouTuber is like always driven. I think what the public eye sees is a lot of the highlights of everything. They see the videos coming out every day. They think YouTubers can stay motivated 24/7, but the fact of the matter is nobody stays motivated all day, every day. I said this in a couple of videos I've posted in the past, but I try not to live based off of motivation for this kind of stuff. Obviously, I do have motivation to do what I do most days, but I try to live off of discipline. I think for me personally, I really like to stick to my goals and all the agendas I set for myself, so I do everything I can to set up schedules, plan things out. I try to give myself periodic breaks so I don't go insane. So I hope that makes sense. I don't try to work solely off of motivation, but more on discipline and keeping myself accountable. Secondly to that, I think your perspective changes when you develop a community. When you see how important the videos can be to people going through some serious stuff, how important your streams can be to alleviating people of some of the stress they have in normal day life, that for me becomes a different sort of motivation in itself. I try to stay very consistent because I know it's just fun to have a community. It's fun to watch mindless, stupid videos. So yeah, I just try to work off of discipline, and remember, it really helps people. So just keep those things in mind. Be disciplined and focus on helping people. Oh, this is a good one from Caffeinated Charlie. How do you feel about being a YouTuber for as long as you have and still being so underrated? Thank you, man. I think I'm pretty underrated too. I don't really know if I think about it that way anymore. I might have a couple of years back. This is my 3rd year of doing YouTube altogether, but at this point in time, it's just my life. Like, I don't see myself feeling any happier or more fulfilled if I'm bigger. I've built a strong community. I live with my best friend who also does YouTube. I pay my bills from making videos and streaming. What more could I really need as a human being? Of course, there's different goals and stuff I want to achieve, but I think for the most part, I've made it in my own terms. I'm happy, I should say. I don't feel like I need a whole lot more. But I will say, and I don't think this is me being cocky or anything like that, I think the community we've cultivated around here and the videos I put out for you guys, I think they're just something different. And I wish more people could get an opportunity to get involved with something like this. Obviously, there's a lot of great niches and places on the internet for people to have fun, but I think the community that we have cultivated and the content that we make, it's something else. It makes you feel good right here. Lid Drugs, your name, asked, if you quit YouTube, but what's your plan for the future? I don't have one. I'm kidding. Obviously, I have ideas of things I would do outside of YouTube. I don't think I'll ever really want to quit YouTube. There's not like any age cap. I can just always make new videos of different circumstances in my life. So hopefully I never stop doing YouTube. But I think aside from that, I've always had a passion for anything video production. So if I wasn't a YouTuber, I think I would try to be a full-time videographer, maybe get into movie production, things like that. What's your favorite fast food place to go to and why? Also, congrats on 50K. Thank you so much, Storm. It's between two places this is for me personally. I grew up in the South, so if you live anywhere near like North Carolina, you probably have heard of Bojangles. That or Chick-fil-A, you really can't go wrong with. Will you ever start doing daily uploads? I plan on it. I already do daily uploads on my reaction channel, so if you guys are into anime and different kind of reaction videos, catch daily stuff over there. But I want to bring daily stuff to the main channel. I'm just trying to do it. This is a good one. Katie asks, what is your favorite childhood memory? It's very specific. I do know this right off the bat. When I was younger, like my entire family would get together for birthdays. I'm not talking just like brothers and sisters. I'm talking about like uncles, aunts, grandma, grandpa. They would all come over back in the day when we were having birthdays. And on my 10th birthday, there was only one thing I wanted: the third game in the Sly Cooper series. I didn't think I was gonna get it, but it was the very last present on my table. I opened it up, it was Sly 3, and I played it for hours. I don't know why that stands out to me so much, but every time someone brings this up or I think about happy childhood moments, I go back to that moment, that 10th birthday with all of my family there, getting the game I wanted that I had been dreaming of for so long. So yeah, also, Sly Cooper is one of my favorite games of all time. How did your parents feel when you told them you wanted to do YouTube for a living? They said, what? You gotta know the time that it was when I told them I wanted to be a YouTuber. When I started my channel, I was gonna go to school to be a pharmacist. I mean, like, I have two older sisters, both of them worked in the medical field at the time, and I was about to be the third child to go into the medical field, start making a lot of money. I had a good solid path ahead of me, but then I was like, you know what? I wanna make YouTube videos, mom and dad. I guess like any parent would be, they were kind of apprehensive. They wanted me to have fun and obviously do what I wanted to do, but it wasn't until like a good, I don't know, like year and a half, maybe even 2 years in before I could really justify not going to school for something, to be an editor and to be a YouTuber. They're cool with it now because I can pay rent. I live on my own. They're totally fine with it. They support it. But yeah, right off the bat, it was like, what the frick is that? Tell everyone the story of how you got your name. So I've explained this a couple of times. Basically, my initials are DKJ. If you say DKJ as a word and not just the initials, like it's an actual word, it sounds like Dukaja to me. So that's where it came from, just DKJ together. It was my PlayStation gamer tag forever, and it just kind of stuck. Are you forced to be Pig's friend? Blink twice if yes. Help me. What would you consider to be your biggest achievement in life so far? Which one is your favorite? I think moving out and living on my own with just money I make from YouTube and streaming was pretty big. I think as hard of a year 2020 has been for everybody, I've grown up so much this year. I developed so much as a person this year. So I think my biggest achievement was making it through 2020. Just learning a ton and, you know, obviously moving out. I would probably say moving out and living on my own with my best friends. What tips do you have for people on making entertaining videos, and what are your favorite songs to play on bass? Those are two very different questions. I think number one, entertaining videos really gotta get to the point quickly. If you want to keep people watching your videos and be entertaining, you have to know how to communicate. Practicing your speaking abilities, maybe even taking like a public speaking class, be able to communicate and get to the point. That's basically what the whole gist of it is. Secondly to that, my favorite song to play on the bass is either Cake by the Ocean by DNCE, that's like a super fun riff, or Jumpsuit by 21 Pilots. Are you single? No, I'm married to Val the Val. Gamer Yeet Me asked, do you regret getting a smaller office or do you like it smaller? I actually prefer it this way, to be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my last office, but it was a lot to keep up with. It's a huge room. This one's pretty small. It's hard to make a mess. If you do make a mess, it's easy to clean up. And I feel like it has a very nice aesthetic to it personally. Veek asked, where did you come from? Like, where were you born? I was born in Durham, North Carolina. I don't live there anymore, but I was born there. How much G Fuel do you drink a day? Maximum. I never really exceed like a cup or a can. I don't usually have 2 of anything. I don't know. I try to keep my caffeine intake pretty low, which you're probably don't believe that because my channel is centered around caffeine. I get this next question a lot. Is G Fuel okay for those who are under 18, more so in the 13 through 17 range of age? I've said this a lot of different times in replies to comments on my videos. G Fuel's not dangerous. G Fuel's not a harmful product. The thing is, G Fuel has things like caffeine in it. Too much of anything is bad. I mean, if you drink too much water, you're gonna drown and die. So obviously consume your caffeine in anything in moderation. But if you're younger and you don't know if your parents want you to have caffeine or not, you should ask them and listen to what they say because they know what's best for you. Jazzy asks, where do you think your channel is going? I think my main channel is moving more in the direction of vlogs. Let me know if you guys want to see stuff like that. I want to make like Airbnb reviews, doing different kinds of like crazy vlogs with my friends. That's the content I find that I love to make the most. So if you guys want to see some vlogs, please put your ideas in the comment section down below. How long have you been a boy for? 30 seconds. Franklin wants to know, what games do you play not for content? I don't know. I used to play more games off stream, but I don't ever think I game off stream anymore. Most of the time, if I find myself with a little extra time, which is very rare, I'll most likely play some Genshin Impact, maybe a couple games of Fortnite, and the occasional Minecraft. How much is your setup worth? I think altogether at this point, maybe in the $6,000 to $7,000 range, maybe a little bit more. I see a lot of questions asking, why did I actually even start the channel in the first place? The story goes like this. Senior year of high school, I made a yearbook for my school. We had such a small student body that we actually couldn't afford yearbooks for multiple years. So I went through like 9th, 10th, and 11th grade without having any yearbook made. But senior year, I decided I was gonna make one all by myself. So I took the pictures, I put the yearbook together. When it came time for everybody to actually receive their yearbooks, the whole school was overwhelmed with joy. It was so sick to see people enjoying something that I made for them. And that was really like the first spark I got for wanting to make content to make people happy. It was very euphoric. I wanted to do it over and over again. Want to help me rob a bank? Sure, yeah. Why do you look drunk? Because I am drunk. How old are you? I just turned 22. Do you have a brother or a sister? Yes, I have 2 older sisters, Allie and Jamie. Then I have 1 younger brother named Ty. This one's gonna get a lot of people mad. Pizza rolls or bagel bites or Hot Pockets? I know a lot of people probably are not on board with this. I'm a bagel bites guy. I love bagel bites. I'm very plain too, so I'll just get like the cheese bagel bites. What G Fuel flavor is the worst? Absolutely, hands down, a mystery flavor. It's strange. It's good when mixed in other things, but by itself, I don't know. Interesting. So this guy wants to know what the worst part of my YouTube career has been and what the best part has been. Worst part altogether. Wow. There's not been a lot of really like bad parts. I think all YouTubers kind of go through this thing. You have a big spike of viewership or views on a particular video, revenues through the roof 1 month, everybody's loving your videos, and then the next week or the month after, it just plateaus. And that's hard mentally. So I think that's like a constant game YouTubers play with themselves. Obviously, like I said before, YouTube's not about views or the money to me. That's not the end goal, but you can't help but be human and attach your self-worth to how successful your YouTube is. So I think some of the worst moments of YouTube altogether is when I've gotten really down about things not doing well that I wanted to do well. I've tried more and more to forget about that, just post the video, not even look at the view count afterward. But it's something all YouTubers go through, especially when you have your first big spike of viewership, subscribers, and everything like that. Then when it plateaus, you think you just don't matter as a creator. And it's not true. The human brain is just weird. The best part, however, is really hard to say as well. There's been 2 highlights, I think, of my career. Number 1, we had a project go down about a year and a half ago where myself, 2 of my childhood best friends, and then a friend from California came to North Carolina. We drove all the way to Indiana to give a community member a brand new PC setup, all community funded, by the way. It was awesome to experience. I want to do something like that very soon again. Secondly to that, I think my first ever spike in subscribers was really interesting to see. The numbers and the money again didn't mean as much as the people who were actually joining to get to know me and everybody in the community. It was so cool to see. So I think between those 2 times probably have been like the peak of my YouTube experience so far. Cheeky asks, where do you hope to see yourself in a year? This is a question that has many different layers. I don't know. I've been like writing things down and doing brain dumps daily on my goals and ambitions for the next year. So I want to make a lot of progress for myself mentally in 2021. I feel like I came very far in this past year, but there's still things I deal with and things about me I really want to get better in touch with. So I'm making efforts to go to therapy, not because like everything's bad right now. I just think it's healthy to go to therapy. And by far above anything else, I think I want to expand my relationships in my life. I want more friends. I don't know if I come off as one or not, but I'm very introverted as a human being. I don't like people. I love the people I know. Like my friends that are close to me, I want to hang out with them 24/7. I love my friends. So I think in this next year, I'm going to try to expand my friend group both online and in real life. And goals in a year for content, I don't know. I just want to keep the same optimism I have within my videos, the same like positive tone I keep with everything. I want to bring that to the table because I think we're missing a lot of that in content nowadays. I think for a long time, YouTube's just been missing genuinity. Is that a word? I just remember a time of YouTube when I was younger where I would watch Let's Plays or any other kind of video and I just felt very warm about the content I watched. I didn't feel very weird about it. I want to make content that's warm. Does that make sense? I don't want to change. I want to stay an optimist and make the best things I can for you guys. So yeah, that's just about everything. I think I answered a decent amount of questions here today. Again, if your question didn't make it in, you want to ask me live, come over to Twitch. I stream every single day of the week. I want to say one more time, thank you guys so much for 50,000 subscribers. Having this as a career can be difficult at times. It's hard to know what step to take next with literally everything, but I know what I'm doing right now in my early 20s on the platform called YouTube is really helping me make the most of my human experience. So hopefully you guys are getting some entertainment and some optimism out of this as well. And if you're not, I'm sorry. Hopefully these videos and the streams that I put out can help you escape from whatever's going on for just a little while. God bless you guys. Thank you so much again for watching this video here today. Hopefully you did enjoy, and if you did and you don't mind doing so, go ahead and drop a sub like, man. That's a subscribe, a like, and a comment, and I will see you in the next video.